Okay, I'm just going to work through these three problems on the mean, mode, median, number 4 worksheet, since you guys won't have a class to talk about these before your quiz. These three problems may be a little bit harder because they involve algebra. So I think by the time you finish these three, though, you can solve most of the algebra problems for this category. Okay, so so it says for these data, the mode is 5, the median is 6, and the mean is 6.5. And then they say that this is the data with two unknowns. There's an S and a T, where S is less than T. First it says that the mode is 5, and the mode, of course, is the most frequently occurring number. So if you look here, 5 occurs twice, and 12 occurs twice, and 1 occurs twice. So if 5 is the most frequently occurring number, then it must occur at least 3 times, because otherwise it wouldn't be the most frequently occurring number. So if 5 is the most frequently occurring number, there must be at least 3 5s in this list. So there's 2 5s that are shown and 1 that's an unknown. Well, let's assume that the S here is a 5 then. Okay, so S is 5. So now we have the values of everything except for T. And we can figure out now that what T is, because we know that the mean is 6.5. And the way we know that is because we know that to find the mean, what you do is you add up all the numbers from the first to the last one, and then you divide by the number of the numbers. Okay? And so if you look at this equation, this is actually telling you that, but it's just a lot more complicated than the normal one. Unfortunately, they're not going to show you this they're not going to show you this formula on the formula sheet, so you're going to have to remember this, but I think you do. You know that if you add up all these numbers and you divide by the number of numbers, that gives you the mean or the average. Okay? So in this case, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 12 plus 12 plus T. And you put all that over, let's see, I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 numbers. So, and what does that all equal to? It's equal to x bar, which is the mean, and x bar is the same thing as 6.5. Okay. So if you add up all these numbers, except for T, let's see what we get. 2 plus 5 is 7. 22, 29, 37, 46, 56, 68, 80. So we have 80 plus T divided by 14 equals 6.5. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the 14 on the bottom. So we multiply both sides by 14. So on the left side, 14 cancels out. We get 80 plus T. 6.5 times 14. We'll do that on the calculator. 6.5 times 14, 91. Okay, so T is equal to 11. Okay? So, now we go to the next one. Jim obtained marks of 76, 54, and 65 in his physics, biology, and history examinations. Calculate his mean mark for the 3 examinations. That's easy, right? We'll go ahead and use the calculator to do that. Just to remember how to do that, we click on Stat and Edit, and we just type in these 3 numbers, 76, enter, 54, enter, 65, enter, and then we do Stat, Calc, one of our stats. The list is L1 because that's where I put it. Calculate. So the mean is 65. X bar equals 65 for these 3 scores. Now find the mark that Jun must achieve in mathematics so that the mean mark for 4 examinations is 68. So we just use the formula for average, which we wrote up here, remember? Okay, so we're going to have 76 plus 54 plus 65 plus his math test, which he hasn't taken yet, divided by 4 because there's 4 tests. And the average is going to be 68 now, right? So, let's see. We use a calculator here, and we'll do 76 plus 54 plus 65, 195. So we have 195 plus m divided by 4 equals 68. Okay, multiply both sides by 4. 4 times 68 is 272 equals 195 plus m, because the 4's cancel out. M is equal to 272. Let's say we might do minus 195 from both sides. 272 minus 195. 77. M equals 77. Okay, so the test score he needs to get is 77. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, so for the last one, this is similar to the second problem. The difference is it doesn't give you all the test scores, it only gives you the mean. But the easiest thing to do is, okay, if you have 3 test scores and you don't know what they are, but you do know that the mean is 81, or in this case I guess it's 78, we're talking about 3, 78. You could like put values in there just to make it easy to do the problem. So let's say, okay, I don't know exactly what each test score was, but if I assume that each test was 78, then that would give me an average of 78. Okay, so since I don't know the exact test scores, I'm just going to assume that each one is 78. All right? So that's going to help me do this problem. Okay, so in this case, let's take Zoe and Shun. So, so Zoe had a mean of 81 after taking 5 tests. So let's just assume he got 81 on every one of the 5 tests. And then he took his last test, we'll just call it Z for Zoe. And then we took the average of that, and it gives us a 80, because we want to get an 80. Okay? And for Shun, he had 3 tests, which the mean of was 78. So let's just assume that he got exactly 78 on each of those 3 tests, even though he probably didn't. But that just gives us a mean of 78, which is the important thing. And then we have the 4th test from Shun, and the average is also going to be 80. Okay, and so now it's just algebra. We have we multiply both sides by 6. So it gives us 81 times 5. 81 times 5 is 405. So we have 405 plus z. 6 is canceled out. 405 plus z equals 480. Z is equal to 480 minus 405. 480 minus 405 is 75. So Zoe gets a 75 to end up with an average of 80. And Shun, let's say we're going to multiply both sides by 4. 78 times 3 is 234 plus S equals 320 minus 234 from both sides. S is equal to 320 minus 234. The answer is 86. So Shun needs an 86 to end up with an average of 80. And that's it.